Hello, Virgo. Welcome to your weekly reading for February 12th to the 18th. This is for Virgo and Virgo rising, and we're going to jump right into it. It's a loaded week. This is a really, really big week. We're kicking it off with Mars moving into Aquarius. So Mars officially leaving Capricorn, moving into Aquarius. It's going to be there all month long. This is really, I listen, Mars in Aquarius. This is you having this vision for yourself, for your future, and taking action toward it. A lot of I feel like this is going to be really nice for you for some reason. I think it's because, well, Aquarius is a humanitarian, right? And, all this Aquarius energy is in your sixth house, and you rule the sixth house. So there is a sense of service to others. That's, it's like people pleasing. And it's really it's almost like the things that you're doing now are not just for you. It's for people that you love, or, your community or humanity at large. This is really, really nice. It's, there could be an independent side of you coming out, even a rebellious side of you. That's what Aquarius is known for. But really just being authentic and staying authentic to yourself, but having this future forward mentality, again, being just very visionary now, but also just really taking that action, really seeing the future for the future that you really want for yourself, and getting it and getting it. Now on the 13th, big day, we have two major aspects, Virgo. We got Venus exiling Neptune, the first one, okay? And Venus exiling Neptune is really, really nice. This is going to be really nice for you, particularly because Neptune is in Pisces, and this is just very it's so compassionate, and there's a lot of love around here with Venus, but it is in your seventh house of partnerships and relationships, so there could be a lot. It's just like a dreamy day. I really love this aspect. It's such a harmonious aspect, and it's very romantic. And so if you're not here for romance, this can be just feeling like love towards someone, or in a platonic sense. It can be just, even it doesn't even have to be a person. It can be, I think I mentioned this in your monthly forecast, it can be romantic toward the arts, or just something that really moves you. I mean, this is a day where you may feel really moved by something, inspired by something. So I really love this. It's happening the same day that Mars conjuncts Pluto. Now, this is powerful. This is a powerful aspect. I can't even begin to tell you how. Mars conjuncting Pluto has this big charge about it, okay? Almost propelling forward. You will feel absolutely driven. It's like go time. It's go time with Mars conjuncting Pluto. Now, if you are here for love, we know this is a day before Valentine's Day, and this is such a big aspect. You're gonna feel it on Valentine's Day on the 14th if you celebrate it. But this is enhanced sexual drive, sex drive, and so if you're here for that, it's a thing. Okay, I'm just letting you know. The other thing is, you could just have this really strong desire toward your passions. You could also have this really strong desire toward power. You could really want power at this point. I mean, this is Pluto brings, like I said, this level of depth, okay? And intimacy, okay? And that's why there is this, and it's Mars, right? It's Mars we're talking about. So and it's Mars is very active the same day Venus is very active, but even still, this is such a highly charged aspect. It can also be very ego-y, very ego driven, power struggles, come at me bro energy. So I just want you to be mindful of this aspect. I want you to use it to your advantage. Mars is, it can be aggressive, sure. Mars is, Aries ruling planet. Where did Aries come from? Aries, the god of war. So this is you tapping into your inner warrior, but doing it diplomatically, because Venus is here too. So really, really just be mindful of this day. There could be some really powerful things, but it's all about your power. It's all about empowerment. So use this to your advantage. We're not going to see this aspect again until 2026. Use it. All right. It's very, very powerful. And again, it can be a day where there could be, like I said, a lot of egos at play too. I mean, it could be you. It could be you that has that come at me bro energy. But should there be someone that is trying to like fish you in for a power struggle or whatnot. Just be mindful of that. Remember, just be mindful of that, and just use that power to own it. And an example that I've been giving is that I did have a friend recently that was like really wanting to get into this argument, and with these aspects that are happening right now, that there's a lot of power going around this month. I used my power to not get into the argument. I was like, I'm not gonna. I don't want to. I don't want to go into this endless circle of. And so that's me feeling empowered. Okay, like not getting into an. And 2 days later, he came back and apologized. He apologized because he knew that he was like, I'm sorry, I was like really aggressive, and but so just remember this. Okay, just use your power being diplomatically. Now on the 14th, Moon and Taurus conjuncting Jupiter. We have this amazing conjunction on the actual Valentine's Day. Again, if you're here for that, but even if you're not, this is a day where you could just be very like spiritually active. All this energy, is in Taurus, right? So it's your ninth house of spirituality, of even education, your philosophies. Travel could be a big thing around this time as well, like long distance travel. But I just really love this day. There's it's conjuncting Jupiter, so there could be something lucky that happens around on Valentine's Day. Okay, just it's right there. Okay, it's what's happening up there. But also don't forget, Venus is Taurus's ruling planet, so a lot of Venus activity. Now, on the 16th, Mercury squares Uranus. Now, this is going to be very interesting for you because Mercury is your ruling planet, and it does square Uranus, the planet of surprises and the unexpected. Don't sign contracts. Okay, promise me, Virgo, you won't sign contracts, okay, on this day. Also, remember what I said about all this power. Now, we have Mercury squaring Uranus just after the Sun squared Uranus, so there is this sense of like words could be said. Remember, Mercury is all about communication. So words could be said that are very surprising and unexpected. So it could be you, or it could be someone else. All right, just be mindful of that. You could also hear surprising news around this time. There's just something that element surprise, but use this as, remember, Uranus is also breakthrough. So if you need to have an important conversation, remember, I made the analogy of like, you may feel like there's like a wall being built. Use this time to have a conversation to break through that wall if you feel it. Okay. Now, the reason why this aspect's a little bit heightened is the same day Venus moves into Aquarius. And Venus in Aquarius is very free-spirited, right? So there could be just like you casually, I don't know, telling your boss like, hey, I think you wear too much red. And that just sets that, what, it's just, and they didn't like that. So it's just like one of those days where it's like, okay, I'm going to be mindful about, how I communicate. But even still, I do love Venus in Aquarius. It's going to be here for a few weeks. But at this point, you see, we have the Sun, Mercury, Mars, Venus, Pluto, all in Aquarius. That is a lot of Aquarius energy, again, in your sixth house. So this is everyday activities. It's routine, a lot of work energy here. Okay. A lot of like hiring employees, things like that too. But also health and fitness. And again, these are powerful aspects. So be mindful of that in terms of like health and fitness, as well as like, there's like your routines, right? Your routines. There could be a lot of activity. Okay, keep it at that. Now, on the 17th, Venus conjuncting Pluto. Okay, so this is basically like a very like intense, deeply like sexual day. All right, so this is sex. Venus conjuncting Pluto is basically like enhanced sex drive. Again, if you're not here for any of that, it really is that. But again, it is all happening in your sixth house. So it could just be like you really loving the things that you're doing and feeling empowered about helping others and really building like connections with other people, building this world that is, that you adore, that you really are, even seeing for yourself, building this future for yourself. So I really, really do love this, but there is this like level of depth that comes, like I said, with Pluto, like really intense, but Pluto is intimacy too. So there is, remember, Venus is love and romance. It is also money and beauty. So it doesn't have to be, sex, but there is a lot of like romantic energy. Okay. I mean, this can be Leo. This can be your Leo and Kate moment. Okay. At the helm of that boat. All right. But it could also be 50 Shades of Grey. It really is that kind of day. Venus conjuncting Pluto. All right. So just know that you may just feel this charge about you in terms of like feeling intense attraction towards someone. But again, it can be your passions. It can be something like in your physical world. And then, on the 18th, we move into Pisces season. And so there is going to now be a really big shift toward partnerships and relationships. So you see all this buildup moving toward that if you are here for that. Okay. But remember, it can be career too. It can be career. It can be a friendship, one-on-one partnership. It can be your mailman. It doesn't matter. It's a partnership. It's just like a one-on-one. But we'll talk about Sun moving into Pisces, Pisces season next week. Okay. Let's see what's going on for you for this week. Again, very loaded week, Virgo. Let's see what's going on for you for February 12th to the 18th. Again, this is for Virgo and Virgo rising. If you want to read for your moon, your Venus, all those other placements, if you know your birth chart, you are absolutely welcome to. So Virgo, let's go ahead and get started. See what's going on for you. Now, Virgo, I don't think I took one breath. Virgo, if you, I do a traditional cultic cross spread, really does offer the best overview. If we need to pull clarifiers, we will pull clarifiers, Virgo. Secondly, who here's a Virgo moon? Who's a Virgo moon? I'm a Virgo moon. And you know that next week there's a full moon in Virgo leading up to that. Virgo, you got some things going on. Okay. You got some things going on. I think there's still something you're holding on to that it needs to go. Okay, up here, a lot of it up here too. It could be pessimistic thinking, and it could also be like there could have been a breakup. There could have been the ending of a relationship. There could have been something that was emotionally impactful for you. But let's get started. You did get the star, all right? So it looks like, what's really interesting, I think I said earlier, like it's almost like you're going to be in your element, but it could feel like it's like in fast forward, like because it's such intense energy this week. But all this activity in Aquarius, again, like in your sixth house, you rule the sixth house and the star attributed to Aquarius. So really love that this opens things up for you. The star is your hopes and wishes. It's the stars aligning for you. There's a lot of healing in this card, a lot of wisdom in this card. There's a lot of like fertility and growth in this card as well. So I really do love, like, it's almost like I'm getting like this kind of like this expansion, but also like in your world, but also like really, really seeing this vision for yourself. And even if you have to, I would recommend doing a vision board too. I've brought that up before. Like it really just seeing things, right? And it's like, I'm going to bring this up later, just looking at your spread. Okay. But keep that in mind. Now, you got the Two of Pentacles in the heart of your spread this week. Okay. You got the Two of Pentacles in the heart of your spread. There is a sense of, we do call him like the juggler, right? So again, that multitasking, Virgos are so good at that. But, that is, again, in your sixth house, all this activity in your sixth house, there is a sense of like doing a lot of different things too. Okay. But there is a sense of like, I've got to find some balance now. I've got to, whether it's like having like prioritizing, the things that I really need to prioritize. That could be a thing this week. Okay. Or simply just letting something go. That you're just like, okay, I gotta let something go. It can have to do with like money. Yeah, sure. It can have to do with like money and wealth, because it is a Pentacles. And if you think about what is happening for you, your South Node, which is like moving on from one part, like did move into Libra in your second house, okay, of salary and money. So there's going to be some changes in that area, but there is also a sense of like there could be some things that are coming together now, but you still have to find that like fine balance. There could still have to be something that you may have to let go. Okay. It seems like there is a little bit of holding on. You did get the Nine of Swords. Okay. So I don't know if you remember last week's reading. I would take a look, but yeah. So this is indicating it still is something you've got to let go of something. The Nine of Swords. You see the sword stacked over his head. So there could be a lot going on through your mind. And we are approaching that, full moon in Virgo. So there is going to be some sort of conclusion, some, culmination of something. We're getting there. So you could start feeling that build up this week, okay? Where there is something that you may have a lot on your mind. Full moons illuminate, but full moons, like, we're in our heads. But even still, there is something that it could have been, again, like something that had this deep impact on you, and it went straight to your head, and now it's like taking over your mind. And it really is like, even though this technical terms, the challenge area, it really is like the breakthrough area. So it's really like breaking through that now, especially because it did come up in your spread last week as well. And so it's in your challenge area. So it's like, we've got to let that go. You've got to do something that really, if you find yourself not sleeping at night, if you find yourself dwelling on things that happened in the past and you can't fix, you've got to come to terms with it, find resolution with it. Now would be the time, because that's going to help, okay? All this activity in your sixth house, that does include mental health too, okay? So I really want you to have those moments of like identifying what are the things that are keeping me up. How can I let them go? All right. It's really all about, and this is why I talk about the vision board. Okay. Have that vision board. There is a trick to vision boards, by the way. I did this like a long time ago. It doesn't matter how old you are to do a vision board, by the way. It doesn't matter how old you are. So I did this a while ago. And the trick to doing a vision board is you put it in your bedroom. Okay. You put it in your bedroom because the first thing that you see when you wake up is your vision board. The last thing that you see when you go to bed at night is your vision board. So it's already raising your energy level. It's already raising your frequencies. It's already changing your mindset. And I want you to Google theta, okay? Theta brainwaves, THETA. It really is a thing when you go to bed at night. If you find yourself like thinking about too much, like when you flip your mindset, it makes a huge difference. It works wonders. Okay, it's miraculous almost, and it's like there's a reason why people like like pray when they go to bed or say positive affirmations when they go to bed, because it does something to your brain, and it really does work. But the vision board really does help, and I think I've said this in a while ago, but when I did it, like within a few years, everything on that vision board, like I was crossed off. And so it really is helpful. And I'm only saying that because you have the Nine of Swords again, but you also have the Three of Swords in your crown. All right. So what's really interesting is, we do call this like the heartbreak card, but at the core of this card, it's still a sword suit, okay, in your crown. So swords are the mental suit, right? So there's definitely something that may be going through your mind this week, whether it's up here, okay? And there may be a connection with like your emotions, but there also could be a sense of like really, really, really wanting something that is it feels like there's a shift. Okay, first of all, there's a really big shift, but wanting to follow your heart, but there isn't that balance with like mind, body, spirit. Remember, this is the most like imbalanced card in tarot. Like, he's got one foot off the ground, the waves are different like it's so finding that balance is key. And in order to find that balance, you're going to have to let some things go. Okay. But there is definitely going to be something that you're likely thinking about that was possibly emotionally impactful. And it's now like going on up here. Okay. And it can, again, be something that has to do with your confidence. It may have to do with your confidence and your self-worth and how you see yourself, because Three of Swords, Libra card. It's actually Saturn in Libra. And so Libra rules partnerships and relationships, right? So it can be something with partnerships and relationships, especially for a week like this, but Libra does rule your second house. So not only like your self-confidence, self-worth, but also like still something maybe with money that could be like a thing here. Could be a thing. You did get the Page of Cups, all right, in the root of your spread. So there is, again, this sense that
it's almost like you're moving toward your bliss now, okay? And there's this it's almost like there's something new that you're looking toward, and it can be a relationship, it can be someone, you know, that if you're single, like a relationship, but it can also be a passion, it can be something that's just going to fulfill you emotionally. But really trust your intuition at this point, okay? If you're spending a lot of time up here, where's my crystal? Go here. Your pineal gland, all right. Your third eye, your sixth sense. So a lot, because the Page of Cups is very intuitive, highly intuitive. But definitely trust your intuition. Hold on to that intuitive energy. Things are just so much nicer with that. And then you do have the Four of Cups in your future. All right. So there is going to be something where this week it looks like there is like your gratitude is going to be tested. Gratitude is among, like, if not the highest vibration in the, you know, law of attraction. And so this is just saying that you're going to be tested emotionally. There could be something that happens where where I'm going to show you something. You see, he's got 3 full cups. You see the hand of spirit offering him the other cup, 4th cup. Look at his reaction. Okay. He can see the cup. It's right in his face. He's crossing off his heart. And so you may be tested in that capacity, testing your gratitude. And when I say testing your gratitude, if something doesn't work out, that or you feel like things are really challenging, like, don't cross off your heart. Be grateful for the things that you do have. Okay, be grateful for the fact that you have a roof over your head, or, you know, that you have a Disney Plus, whatever it is, you know, dark chocolate bars. Be grateful for those things so you don't shift in that, you know, low energy frequency. All right. And so there definitely is something happening this week that could be a little like, you're going to be thinking a lot about it. All right. But I really want you to have that balance, not only in your physical world, okay, but also mind, body, spirit. Have it all, you know, together. Okay. I'll even I'll clarify that for you. Yeah. You got the Ten of Swords again. And then you got the Three of Pentacles. Like, oh my gosh, like, Virgo, this always happens to you. Okay. So there is, you have that gratitude. You pass that test. You all, like, like 10 is the end. 10 is the end. Okay. This is a hard card. It's in your future, but it is the card of new dawn. So it's almost like there is going to be a sense of like, I can't go any further. You're going to be thinking that. Okay. Remember, swords are the mental suit. I can't go any further. Things are too hard for me. There is also a sense of betrayal here. You could have been betrayed or backstabbed, or you found something out that you were not happy about. But there is a sense of like, all of this can come to an end if you allow it. If you're not crossing off your heart, you know, this card is highly associated with apathy. All right. They say the opposite of love isn't hate, it's apathy. And so you don't want to feel that. You want to be in touch with your super conscious and feel that love and not cross off your heart. But, you know, as long as you have that gratitude and see all, you know, the potential and, you know, all the great things that are possible to come into your life, you have the Three of Pentacles again. So there is a sense of something new happening. 3 is, you know, the birth of new things, is creation. So there's something new involving a lot of other people. It could be even a project of yours you're launching, or a passion project, something, but there is something brewing here. Again, just crazy that you're getting a lot of the same cards from your last reading. Anyway, let's get to your stuff. Okay, let's get to your stuff, Virgo. If you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, let me know. But let me talk to me. Tell me what's going on. Again, I'm a Virgo moon. And my mom's a Virgo. So you are you're good. You're good. Okay, so you got strength. Again, I mean, like, I don't even know what to say here. This only happens with you, Virgo. This only happens with you. But yeah, I think I talked about this in your last spread. Okay, this is sure, it's strength. It's finding that inner courage to. You've got the infinity symbol over. You know, you see that, right? Infinite possibilities. It's the card 8. 8 is all about strength. 2024 is a year of 8, abundance, wealth, prosperity, but in your way, in your personal power here. And there is a sense of like, really finding that strength and move forward. And it all comes from your heart. I think I talked about this last week, right? It's all about courage, inner courage. Okay. And courage, I talked about it last week. I don't want to, but really, really like do that now. Really find that inner strength. And again, it's where you find that strength that you need to tap into. And it can be, whatever you believe, like God or the universe, or, finding strength in, your family, your children, where you find that strength, that's going to help you move forward. Now, you got the Eight of Pentacles. I absolutely love the fact that you got the Eight of Pentacles, because this card is attributed to Sun in Virgo. So there is, again, this sense of you feeling in the zone, in your place, really working toward your goals, going after the things that you want. Virgo, I'm really gonna have to pull up your last week's reading just to double check, but I'm just getting major deja vu. I mean, you did get the star in your last reading too. But yeah, just know that there is going to be this sense of like you working toward your goals, being so driven, laser focused, nothing's going to get in the way. Like, I'm going for this. I'm going toward my legacy, the finish line. Nothing's going to stop me. But also at the same time, there could be someone else that really almost like inspires you this week too. Keep that in mind. Now, you also got the Two of Wands. Okay, you got the Two of Wands, which is really great because all it's saying is like planning. All right, plan your next step. Okay, there's no race here. All right, there's no race. Plan your next step, and you'll be fine. You got the world in your hand. You got the world in your hand. And so spend this time thinking about your next step. And then you got the Six of Swords and your final outcome. And so this is moving forward in a really big way, in a mental way. Remember, swords are the mental suit, right? And this card is actually attributed to Mercury in Aquarius, which is happening right now. Mercury is in Aquarius. So it really is thinking about your future and then leaving things behind that have been troubling or challenging. You see the turbulent water on my finger? Look at the direction they're going. The Maldives. There's no undulation here. This is smooth sailing from this point forward. And again, your mindset, okay? How much I'll do a clarify for you. I'm going to see what. And then you got the Knight of Cups. Okay, so you're good. You're good. This is going to be a week where you're just going to have to find a little bit of balance. There's something that you're possibly thinking about that had an emotional impact on you, and it got straight up here. And so now you're like processing a lot of things. And you may have this test where it's like, okay, something's like testing your gratitude. It really is. Accepting a lot of the things that have happened and finding closure with it, if there is. And a lot of it's just going to be up here with these swords, but you can find this end to it and this new beginning with it, especially with now the Knight of Cups showing up too. This is you. Like, look, you went from the Page of Cups to the Knight of Cups, right? So this is you. Whatever that is, that you're passionate, it's going to happen. You're going to be moving toward it now. Okay. You're definitely going to, and this is just so uncanny, but the fact that if you are here for partnerships, relationships, again, it can be career, it can be love. Saturn and Neptune are in your 7th house of partnerships and relationships. Okay. They're both in Pisces. That rules your 7th house. The Knight of Cups is Pisces. This is a card heavily related to partnerships and relationships. You even see the fish, when I say Pisces, all over his armor. So there is a sense of like this movement. Okay. Once you get out of this headspace, you clear this. It's almost like clearing the decks to move forward. Okay. And using anything that really had an impact on you to empower you. Remember, this is a very powerful week. But the Knight of Cups is really great. And so if you're not here for partnerships and relationships, where there could be the knight in shining armor, there could be someone that is going to be there for you, that's going to, manifest for you, that's going to be part of your life, or ascending in a partnership or a relationship at this point. But if you're not here for any of that, it is that self-love, okay? What's going to fill your cup, okay? What is going to make you emotionally fulfilled? You're moving toward it, all right? Very, very nice. Okay, so Virgo, thanks so much for tuning in. Again, if you like this reading, it would be great if you like, subscribe, leave comments, talk to me, and call my mom now. And then next week we have that big full moon in your sign. We are going to talk about that next week, but just know that there are things coming to an end, okay, for this new, it's almost like a rebirth for you. Okay, so with that said, thanks so much, Virgo. I'll see you next week. Okay, bye-bye.